Hi, welcome to Aqua Occult Tarot. I'm going to be doing a reading about will your divine masculine return to you? So let me go grab my beverage on the table next to this one. I believe these cards are mostly centered. So this is as far as my phone can reach the charger because I don't know how long this live is going to last. It could be 10 minutes, it could be an hour, but I'm really excited to do this reading. I pre shuffled the cards and I drew 4 by 3, so 12 tarot cards. I drew two Moonology Oracle cards and I drew two very interesting Work Your Light Oracle cards. And the one that sticks out the most to me is the one that I drew for the masculine, which just flat out says no. The card more specifically says no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. So, when I ask the question about will your divine masculine return to you, the answer is not necessarily no, but if the masculine has any sort of question in his head, in his heart, where he's going, does this woman really love me? Or, the answer is going to be no. Or does my job really want me here? Or the answer is going to be no. Or do I feel okay? Like, whatever his answer is going to be, it could be are bad things happening? His answer could be no. Whatever questions the divine masculine has at this time, the answer for him will be no. And when I was drawing the Work Your Light Oracle cards, there are only two cards in that entire deck that have a yes or a no. And I wasn't going for a specific question. Most of those cards have inspirational messages and not just like a one word answer. So I'm going to direct this reading towards that energy. So, as I said before, this is Ashley from Aqua Occult Tarot. Let me grab my beverage from the other table and I will try to speak loud enough over to my phone over here. So, 1 minute, let me go grab it. All right, so when the masculine has a question, the answer for the masculine is no. Masculine, if you want to touch this woman, the answer is no. Does your current karmic partner treasure your presence? The answer is no. So let's keep beginning the reading. So, my main intention for this reading is if you have a divine masculine and he's out there somewhere running around and he hasn't contacted you in a while, possibly it could have been a month, it could have been a year, and you're just simply wondering if he's going to come back or contact you, we have to start the Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm going to interpret this as the karmic female that your masculine is probably in a relationship with. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is saying that this karmic female, ooh, the lighting just changed. We have that this karmic female is walking away from her, the guy, your masculine. She is like, I'm done. She's going, no, no, nothing else can be done. No, I don't love you. No, I have nothing else to give to you. The main message of this reading is just no. I have never said no so many times in a reading than this one, but this is simply what the cards say, and I'm just channeling the message. So she's just like, nope, I'm done with you. Nothing can be done. You've done enough to me. I'm going to take everything you've given me and I'm going to go run off to the next man or possibly my ex boyfriend because let's be real. I can guarantee this karmic has had a boyfriend before. She could have had a long term relationship. She could have been engaged before she met your masculine. She could have been married. She could have had children with another person. This woman has had a very long past before she met your masculine, and now she's leaving your masculine, and she's just not really there to watch him cry about it. She's the only person who never cried about it, unless it was just tears of pity or tears of, oh, I didn't know what to do. I just didn't want to upset you, so I stayed with you for longer. I didn't know how to tell you. I just didn't want to rock the boat. You know, I wanted you to trust me. He's like, what are you talking about? Trust? Because the next card in the deck, we have the Lovers. So we have that this divine masculine in a relationship with the karmic, he truly thought that this was the woman he was going to marry. He was very much in love with this woman. It was everything he ever could have wanted for himself, everything he wanted to represent himself as, like in the 3D world. Like, you know, it's what it makes sense in his mind. It could be anyone. It could be a tall woman. It could be a short woman. It could be a woman with animals. It could be a woman who likes to play video games. It's just, who does he want to attach himself to in the 3D world? It has to do with how the masculine was raised to believe what is correct and what is not correct. So he has been taught a very serious lesson at this time about what true love is, and it's not always about what looks right on paper. Sometimes it's about who genuinely gives a shit about you, and it clearly was not this karmic female, because she just walked off. She's done. She's like, I don't love you. I never loved you. This is really, really hard for the masculine, because he has been tricked and fooled and lied to and led to believe his whole life that everything he worked for was to give to this woman, and he gave her everything, and then she pretty much took it all and said, see you later, buddy, but I've got more important people to talk to now, and I'll always remember you. Thank you for helping me in this life, but you're on your own now. And she's saying, I flat out don't know how to help you. Get over me, or like move on from me. So, you know, we get the 8 of Cups energy. This is her going, I'm piecing the F out. And, you know, your Lover's card is meant for someone else. And yeah, I am the Queen of Swords in reverse. I was not who you thought I was, and I definitely never told you the truth, ever. That's the Queen of Swords in reverse. She's a very honest and fair woman, typically, but when she's in reverse, she's like, honestly, the worst type of woman that you would ever want to deal with. Like, you know, I'm scared of her personally. And then we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. So this is really saying that everything that this masculine worked for has fallen apart. As I mentioned before in other past readings, oh, by the way, this deck is called After Tarot, by the way. So, and I actually stopped using my Black Cat Tarot for like half a second to do this reading, this live video, and I'm really feeling refreshed here, looking at some other images and knowing that the messages coming out in this deck is exactly the way that makes sense to me to talk about. I'm really enjoying this reading. As I mentioned, I do not know what these cards are yet. So this masculine, he has worked on this woman many times over. It could have been in past lives. It was like the moment he met her, he put in like all his eggs in one basket. He was like, I'm going in head first. I'm not going to waste a second on her. Like, I'm not going to waste a second not improving this woman's life. I'm just so in love with her. I'll break my heart over and over. I'll bend my back over and over for this karmic female. She makes sense to me. Somehow down the line, you know, this was bound to happen. You know, it's on repeat. This man has put in the hard work for this woman more times than he ever did for his true divine feminine. And this karmic female is like, look, good luck to you, but I am not your divine feminine. I am actually someone else's divine feminine, and I know you have a divine feminine out there very much who loves you very much, and she doesn't even really care because she knew about the divine feminine from day one and kept quiet and pretended to be this sweet little angel and like cutie lovey doggy cutie woman, like I got it going on. And she ended up being someone she didn't she ended up lying to the divine masculine, like straight up to his face. So the divine masculine thought he knew what love was, and he was damn sure of it. He had no question in his mind who his lover was, and she took everything from him and basically threw him away after he worked day after day doing the same thing for her, going, how can I help you? What can I do for you? How can I fix our relationship? Because you know, she kept him there for a while and argued, gave him consequences, threatened him even, demanded that he do even more for her. And he was like, yes, right? He was like, yes, like anything for you. He was so in love. And now he's starting to see the bigger picture, which is what everyone has been trying to explain to him about how when you have a question about the woman who you thought was in love with you, the answer is no. So that's the beginning of the reading. So when we're asking ourselves, is our divine masculine going to come back to us? The answer is not no quite yet, but let's continue the reading. And I'm just flat out, I'm a little shocked that the cards are coming out like so intensely and brutal. Like this woman is like, she's taken no prisoners. She means serious business. She's not fucking around, you know. She was at first, but now she's definitely not playing with him. You know, she means it this time. That's the point. Is at first, you know, he could kind of tolerate her antics and emotions and depression and, oh help me, I'm suicidal or whatever. Not that that's a joke, but you know, in the masculine's eyes, like, you know, he took some serious issues that came into his relationship, and like, you know, he was ready to marry this woman, and you know, he was ready to give it his whole life, you know, commit his whole life to her. And when he asks himself at the end of the night, you know, who is this woman thinking about while we're fucking? You know, the answer is no, not you. Or who does this woman dream about when she goes to sleep? You know, who's the last person on her mind when her head hits the pillow? Sorry, divine masculine, but it's not you. It's probably her ex or her future boyfriend, the guy she's been cheating on you with, whoever the F she's been thinking about. Point is she doesn't want you no more. She's made it very clear, no, no, no. Like, this is not good. This is not going to work out for me. It's all about her. So when we go into the next, so now we have the Hierophant in reverse, the Fool card upright, the Six of Coins in reverse, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is probably where the masculine is thinking to himself about the Hierophant in reverse. You know, how can I make things better for myself and for everyone around me? You know, and then we have this other queen in reverse who's probably the divine feminine, and we have the Six of Coins in reverse. You know, he's struggling with his career. He's the Fool. He's like, I'm trying to get out of this mess. I'm trying to grow as a person. I'm trying to do the right thing. I want to impress others. I want a divine feminine by my side, hopefully a queen upright that can sit next to me, or like the emperor and the empress, like, you know, side by side. He's really questioning, he's really communicating and asking a lot of people that know him and her how he can kind of navigate the situation to come out of it gracefully. But he has a queen in reverse, and he is scared right now. He's honestly effing terrified. I mean, does this look like someone who is prepared? He's not prepared. He honestly has no idea what he's doing anymore. He used to be so sure, and now he's like realizing that he's like probably a little bit too old or too mature to be wondering who loves him. That's kind of a weird question that he's asking himself. He probably asks himself, do I love myself? And he's like, no, I don't even love my own self. Well, Divine Masculine, if that's the case with you, then I would probably start trying to do some yoga or some meditation, some reflection, and then I drew some oracle cards about timing and when is this all going to happen, and is your Divine Masculine going to return to his true Divine Feminine. I draw that communication is key, new moon in Gemini. He should have done this a long time ago. It was really just, it really should have been taken care of a long time ago. But we don't have any cards that are signaling that he was able to understand himself back then, like, yesterday, or let's say the last new moon, which is what this card is saying. It's saying at the last new moon in Gemini, communication is key. He probably reached out to his Divine Feminine, his true Divine Feminine at that time, and he probably left out a couple of sentences that he probably should have mentioned to her. But, Divine Masculine is still learning how to love himself, as we all want him to discover new facets of his personality. We're all growing, we're all learning. This is nothing specific to the masculine. It's a global, it's a collective energy here. And we have hold your vision, fixed moon. So yeah, he's really kind of trying to figure out how to get grounded at this time. And then we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So he knows who his Divine Feminine is. He's ready to present himself to her in the right light and probably come clean about everything. He doesn't even have to speak. She's already going to know everything. The Divine Feminine knows who the karmic female is. The Divine Masculine is delusional at this point. He's a crazy man. He's been tossed and turned. He's been confused. He hasn't been sleeping. He's out of control. But now he's kind of starting to be in a singular place where there's no movement whatsoever, and all he has is his appearance and his words to come clean to the Divine Feminine. So yeah, I do believe that the Divine Masculine is going to communicate effectively to the Divine Feminine at this time. We have the Eight of Coins now, so he's trying to get back on his feet, and he's making small, steady improvements. He really wants to start over with his true love and someone who actually gives a shit about him. And then we have the Four of Cups. He's been kind of overthinking a lot and just doesn't want to feel anything. He's just been like emotionally like overloaded with like his karmic female like pretty much breaking his heart, and also probably ending his relationship with his true Divine Feminine. So, but he's trying to realize that he can in fact make a new start with his Divine Feminine, like a brand new home, a new opportunity, you know, a new stable footing for the two of them. And then we have the Five of Cups. He doesn't believe that the divine feminine will take him back. He's like, no, 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 no. No, 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 exactly. He's using his own card. He's like, there is no way this divine feminine will ever talk to me again. She will never look me in the eye. She will never visit me. She will never contact me. She doesn't want anything to do with me. Like, he's convinced himself. So when he asks himself the question, does my divine feminine truly want me? He's telling himself the answer is no. He is stuck. All he thinks about is how he can move forward, but he has a really complicated past. I mean, we have the Lovers, you know, and someone just breaking his heart. How is he going to explain to the divine feminine that he got tricked and that he actually knows what love is now, but he has like nothing to show for it? Like, he's going, this divine feminine is not going to trust me. You know, he knows that the divine feminine cannot trust him. He's like, I don't even trust me. I don't even love me. I don't even know who I am. He's going through like a huge metamorphosis, like a huge breakthrough, all in the name of love. This man, you know, he wants a good divine partner that he can feel equal with, you know, create a stable union with, and he is just on his own, in his head, in his heart. She took it all from him, and all that's left is nothing, pretty much. So he is definitely questioning everything right now, and he keeps telling himself that the answer is no. So when we ask ourselves, will this divine masculine contact the divine feminine? Okay, for the energy of today, no, the divine masculine is not going to contact you. He has psyched himself out to the point where he doesn't even love himself. And when you ask yourself the question, should you reach out to the divine masculine? It's no, because he is in a mental prison right now and is trying to. Hilarious. The answer is no. Sorry, but he's trying to reset and he's trying to come into balance with himself. And maybe then, when we draw this divine feminine card, we have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into beginning. Hold your vision. The answer to this reading is if the divine feminine holds her vision, if she stays very, very precise and clear about where she's going in her own life, then maybe the divine masculine will reach out and communicate, because he does know that he hasn't been communicating effectively lately and he needs to improve on that. Everyone's been telling him, like, hey, bro, what's with your communication lately? I don't understand anything you're talking about. And he's just, you know, out of it. You know, there's very few people that he feels understands him, and he has been tortured and wronged by a woman that he thought understood him, and she did. She understood what she could get out of him, but everything else that she offered to him was just a fat lie. So, you know, this is his life. This is his appearance. This man cares very much about how he presents himself to others and his career in the workforce. And now he's wandering around his job with like a broken heart and like his head screwed on, like, you know, barely on, and he's not making sense to anyone, and he's just really quiet lately, and he doesn't know what to say to anyone, and he's just like, oh my god, I completely fucked up, and how am I going to get myself out of this mess? And not only that, but he's also heartbroken. He Don't forget that this man was in love with this woman, and she tricked him, and he broke the divine feminine's heart. So he has to not only deal with his own heart, but he has to deal with the divine feminine's heart, and then he has to deal with just the truth of the situation, and how he created this life, this journey for himself, as if he didn't see it coming. Because we obviously know that everybody saw it coming except for the divine masculine, because he was so in love. I'm gonna have to shut off my phone because I need to finish this reading, because I keep getting distracted, and it's not fair to me because I only have so many hours in the day to read tarot, and it's not easy to pull out my camera, and it's not easy to pull out the decks, and it's not easy to hit record and to put myself out there and to understand what the cards are saying and to put a live message on the internet. So let me just finish up this reading and get to the bottom of it. So I need to know exactly, if the divine masculine were to come back, is he going to contact the divine feminine? It's like yes or no. I just need to know. So at the bottom of the tarot deck, we drew the Page of Wands. So he's trying to do it, but he just hasn't gotten the courage, the creativity to do it. I would have to say no. The divine masculine is still in like this sulking type of mode. He's like, I'm still really upset, I'm still upset, but the one thing he does have is he does know what love is now. We have the Lover's card upright, and he has put so much work into understanding what love is, that he finally understands what it is. He's actually really proud of himself for understanding what love is, even though he kind of got his heart broken and broke someone else's heart and probably ruined everything with the divine feminine, and he'll probably never speak to her again because she doesn't want anything to do with him in his mind. And he's just like, she's over me, she's moved on, she told me she moved on, why would she want to hear from me? Like, she doesn't even think of me, right? And then when he asks himself, does the divine feminine think of you? His answer is no, because that's the card. It's just everything. It's like everything's conspiring against him at this time. He's completely psyched himself out to be like, oh my God, no one loves me. Like, he is in that type of situation right now, which is not true. The universe loves the divine masculine. The collective divine feminine loves the divine masculine. He will get out of it. He just has to stay strong, stay focused, pick up on the divine feminine's energy if she is even able to channel it to him. It's not something he can just pretend he can feel. He really has to feel it. It's really up to the divine feminine if she wants to continue to be a divine feminine to this specific divine masculine. Because if she decides to cut the cord and be like, sorry buddy, but I'm gonna be the divine feminine to another divine masculine, because she can change her mind, there's no rules in the game of love, then he won't be able to pick up on her energy no more, and he'll be like, oh my God, I don't even feel her in the universe. Like, I can't even dream of her. She's not visiting my dreams. Like, I don't know, I don't have any feelings. Like, because when he feels something, he's picking up on the collective divine feminine energy. And when he's not feeling right in the world, he definitely wonders what female in his life is not feeling right. So he's lost and confused, but he does know what love is, and he is going to continue to figure out what love is. His karmic female, she's long gone. So let's just say the karmic female, she's like, okay, see you later. I walked off. I took all the shit from you. I took your heart from you. I took your divine feminine away from you. I took everything from you. I even took the answer of yes, I love you away from you, because she honestly took love away from him. She took the most valuable gift away from this man. And all that's left is a divine feminine in reverse. By the way, the Queen of Wands, just dreaming and coming into herself, staying focused, and she has a goal in mind, and she's not going to let anyone she wants the divine masculine in her dreams, but she's really had to stay focused on how she can have this beginning with whoever loves her. Literally, this is not about who you love, it's about who loves you, who openly tells you, I love you. And then we have the masculine just wondering and worrying, like, how can I repeat this work? He's exhausted all of his resources. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. We have the 6 of Coins in reverse. And then he finally is like growing just a smidgen, just like barely getting by financially and with his job. He's not communicating correctly. He's acting like a fool, literally. He's not making sense to no one. His communication could be improved upon. And he truly believes that the divine feminine will reject him if he reaches out. Okay, I'm going to draw one more card from this deck, excluding the bottom of the deck, the Page of Wands card, which I already talked about. I'm just going to get one more card here and probably finish up the reading here. I'm just going to draw it at random. So the card that I'm going to end the reading with is the Judgment card. So this is the time where the divine feminine does not reach out to the divine masculine, but if and only if she hears from him and if he communicates everything to her, will she be able to make the decision of, does the divine feminine really love me? And he will be able to answer that for himself, and the answer will not be no. So I'm going to leave the reading there. Thank you for watching. This is Ashley from Aqua, Occult Tarot. Have a great day, and this was a really fun reading for me to do. This is my baby cat, Molly, and until next time, hopefully I will be able to do another reading tomorrow. I'm out of town. I'm at my grandfather's house in LA, and I'm going to be going over to a friend's house later, and I got to call my friend back who called me 4 times because I'm sure he does not expect me to be doing a live tarot reading at this time. So again, thank you for watching. I had a really good time doing this reading, and if and only if the divine masculine reaches out to the divine feminine, will the divine masculine be able to answer the question of, does this woman love me? And the answer will not be no. So, and the divine feminine will be able to make that judgment call on if the divine masculine is telling the truth and nothing but the truth. And he better speak up about how he's so heartbroken about how this karmic female took everything from him, and how he strictly was just flat out confused and not thinking whatsoever, and how he's definitely thinking now and he never wants to make the same mistake again. 10 of Wands. He's like, I'm done making the same mistakes. I'm ready to actually find someone who loves me and someone who's not going to leave me, or someone who I can rely on. So especially after all of the energy that the divine masculine gives to his woman, he's definitely looking for that much passion in return. And it's going to have to grow. A lot is going to have to grow and change, but just stay focused on the divine. Have a wonderful evening. See you next time.